Thanks so much for joining us today. We would love to know how God is using this ministry to touch your life. Please take a moment to send your story to marathonchurch.org/mystory. Also, if you would like to support this ministry financially, you can do so by visiting marathonchurch.org and choosing the giving option that works best for you. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope you enjoy today's message.
1 o'clock is good. You get to sleep late, build a fire, play in the snow, feed the dogs, take a nap, and then come to church. Is that what y'all did? Most of y'all? It's still Sunday, isn't it? It's a long day. Well, we tried to schedule the 1 o'clock so it wouldn't mess up with the ball games this afternoon. And seriously, I had to check that. I just want to make sure if I was good. So everything is good. Well, we've been talking about friends. Everybody got a friend? And remember, we did the friends in low places. That's in this area, right in here. And I'm just kidding. Okay, some of you I'm not kidding with, but some of you I am. So we have friends in low places. We talk about having friends. We talk about your circle of friends. Did y'all figure out you actually had friends or no friends? Friends? 1, 2? Well, real quick, Jesus only had 3 friends. You say, really? Well, yeah, that's about right. And those are the ones. We talked about this. Jesus had 3 circles of friends, and I'm going to let you know. We'll find out where you are. He had 3 circles of friends. Let's talk about that. He had the ones he did meals with. Those are the ones he was trying to reach and he hung out with. We call those the Matthew parties. He'd go out there, and everybody yelled at him for hanging out with sinners. You know what I'm saying? They would really hang out. Listen, they'd yell at us right now, right? Because a bunch of us are sinners, correct? Is everybody a sinner? Raise your hand. Some of you don't know what I'm doing. That's okay. So Jesus would be hanging out with you. Okay, that's good. And then you had the meal part. So they had the outside circle. And then you had the ministry circle. That's when he brought his family and disciples and his close friends, some of them inside the circle. And that's where he did ministry together. And that's where he carried out. And he used those people to move the kingdom. That's what he did. And then he had the people we call misery. Those are the ones who knew everything about Jesus, how he hurt, how he cried, all those things. And he was going to the cross and he said, I want to take my best friends with me. And there were only 3, Peter, James, and John. He says, I need you to pray right now because this is going to be a big deal. And they knew his misery. They knew all the things that were going on. And so when you think about this in terms of, okay, we've been talking about friends and relationships. One of the things we're going to talk about today is marriage. This will be part 1, okay? I don't think you can handle everything at one time, okay? So how many of you married your best friend? Anybody do that? Let me start over. Okay, everybody look at me. I know you're like, this is nap time for most of you, so pay attention. Okay. How many? Is it actually 1:30? It is, okay. I didn't know what time it was. All right. How many of you actually married your best friend? Raise your hand, okay? Still your best friend? All right. We're going to find out in just a minute. Now, some of this is PG-13. We'll need earmuffs for some of the children as we go through this. Is that good? All right, if you've been married, are you thinking about getting married, are you dating, whatever it is, you need to pay attention as we walk through this, okay? Because this is very helpful information as we walk into this, okay? Now, how many of you have one of those outlines we give out? How many of you have that? Did your wife pick it up and you don't get one? Is that the way it works? Seriously, guys, is that the way it works? Okay, some of you are responsible enough. All right, now here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to give, I didn't put the questions on the card because I know most of you will I'm not going to circle that. Now, you can go ahead and cheat if you want to. You can say, give numbers that are not real, or you can answer for your spouse, which is always a good thing to do, and or you can do it any way you want to do it. So I want to find out who has the hottest marriage in here. Is that good? Men, do you think you have a hot marriage? Raise your hand. Well, see, of course you will. Oh, of course you will. Women, do you agree with that? Raise your hand. It's not as many. There's not as many. Okay, so we're going to find out. All right, here it is. Does everybody have something to write with? If you're not good, just make an X. All right? All right, I'm going to ask a question, and it's 0 through 5. Go ahead, Laura, go ahead and put that up. Let me show you this so you'll know what I'm talking about. 0 is 0. Okay? 1 is 1. See how it works like that? So when I ask this question, you as your spouse or your husband, wife, whatever it is, you have to write this down and say, this is what's happening, okay? Has everybody got that? I'll ask the first question. I'll share it with you. I'll go easy on you. All right. How many dates do you have? Let's do this easy. Make it happen. Have a month. Write that number down. 0, 1. Like if you have 2 dates, that'd be a 2. If you have 3 dates, that'd be a 3. Does everybody understand how it works? 4 dates is 4. Okay? If you're not honest, you're going to mess it up. Let's don't wish. Let's don't wish here. Let's don't say, oh, I hope this will happen. No, let's put what it is, okay? All right, you got it? Some of you are not even trying. You're like, I wish you would just move on. Well, we're going to move on. We're moving on right now. I'm going to mess you up right now. How many times do you pray together, other than the blessing for the men, that you actually pray together as a couple a week? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And men, I could help you out. How many of you actually pray for your spouse weekly? And that would be better because you can lie. And nobody will know. Okay? 0, 1, 2. Got it? Okay. Okay. Is everybody paying attention? I'm going to say this 3-letter word so that I can get your attention. Sex. Okay, everybody good? Everybody know? Because I'm going to ask you a question. Earmuffs for anybody that's under whatever age you're in. I don't know. Some of you just got married and you need to hear this, okay? This is very important. Okay. The average couple, this is psychology today, and everybody goes with that. The average couple, all right, has sex twice a week. Just listen to the room, just the rumbling. Okay. We're going to go a week. How many times do you have, let me say this, have sex a week? 0, 1, 2. If you have 5 a week, you win, you're done. You can leave now. You don't have to hear anything else we're doing. You're okay. You're hot as fire. You shouldn't even be here. Okay? And the snow was great for you. I understand. Okay. Benadryl the kids and come here, mama. Okay. Earmuffs. Don't you get mad at me. I told you. I warned you. Earmuffs. Okay. Does everybody understand the question? I hear people breathing. Okay. Let's don't do wishful thinking here, people. Let's just write it down, okay? All right, here we go. How many times a week do you hug, touch, kiss, slap on the rear end, whatever it is you commit, affection toward, I'm not even going to go vacuum the house. I really like the vacuum. It's really nice. 0, 1, 2, you getting it? Make sure the dog doesn't get more attention than your spouse. I love dogs, but come on, people. All right, here we go. All right, you ready? Here's the next slide. Okay, Lauren, you ready? See how you scored. 15 to 20 is hot. You're looking good. You can leave now. Just kidding. Don't leave me. 10 to 15 is warm. Watch this. Let me tell you how this works. Something happened. Something's going on. You're not paying attention, okay? 5 to 10, you're lukewarm. You're almost in trouble. You're much more like a roommate than a married couple. And the last one, if it's 0 to 5, you're going to need counseling. Everybody got that? Any more questions? Thank y'all for coming today. Appreciate y'all hanging out, that kind of thing. So we got to remember, love is more than a feeling. It's action. And one of the things you got to remember as you walk in, I don't care if you're having a friendship, a marriage or whatever it is, it's going to take time. You create friends over time. You create love over time. And it's more than a feeling. It's action. And you got to be careful not to try. Listen, you want to feel your way into action. You want to feel your way into love. It will not happen. It's the other way around. You act your way into feeling. You act your way into love. It's like going to work. Do you go to work because you like to or you feel it? You don't go to work because you feel it. You go to work because you have to. You just do. And when you get there, it works out all right. It's the same way with marriage. When you stop acting in love, then you will not be in love. I don't care. This is the hardest part of living on earth. That's one of the things you got to realize, that you're going to have to pay attention. Because whatever you're not paying attention to, you're going to lose. Whatever you're not paying attention to, you're going to lose. Does everybody hear me? This is called earth. This isn't heaven. Nothing good happens on its own. If you want a great marriage, it will be work. You will have to pay attention to your spouse. You'll have to pay attention to the date nights. You'll have to pay attention to all the things. You say, well, I got kids. What does that have to do with your marriage? Let's think about it just for a minute. Because some of you think the marriage is all about the kids. Well, guess what? You're going to lose your marriage. And then what will the kids have? You see how it works? So whatever you're not paying attention to, you will lose. You see this massive arm right here? Does everybody, are you okay? This is why they won't let me in the children's apartment. It's right here. If I failed to work out, this thing would not look like that. It used to be a lot bigger than this because I used to work out. Now I don't. Whatever you don't pay attention to, you will lose. Okay? This is why I highlight my hair. If I keep highlighting, I'm going to keep it because I'm paying attention. You see how this works? Listen, if you're married and you're not paying attention, you're going to lose it. Some of you are already in the danger zone. Some of you are already acting like roommates. It's amazing. Let me show you this. I love those young couples that get married. Do you see Spencer and Kelly up here singing? I want to love you. I'm like, I'm going to smack you, you know. Love it like you're going to lose it, right? That's you know. They're really the sweetest couple I've met in a long time, actually. Y'all been married what? 3 days? 4 days? No. 4 days. A year and what? You don't even, let's ask the wife. Do you know how long you've been married? Year, okay. Never ask the husband how long you've been married. Has everybody got that? Because you messed it up. Let me give you, I love watching them come down now. Now watch this. Let me show you something. What if I invited you, I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go cliff diving. Okay? Now here's what we're going to do. How I'm selling this is, it's the most beautiful experience you'll ever experience in your life. The views are incredible, and we're going to cliff dive, and we're going to go together. Okay? So I'll show you this, and I said, now, you've got to think about things before we jump. Okay? First of all, there's rocks over here, and there's sand over there. What you need to do is hit the sand, because you want a soft landing, right? Because it's a beautiful thing on the way down. But here's the problem with this whole situation, is that I'm going to give you the odds of making it. Are you ready? There's a 50-50 chance that you won't make it when you jump. Will anybody in here go with me? But you jump all the time. It's called marriage. If you knew that you had a 50-50 chance of jumping and you're going to hit rocks or sand, what would you want to know? See, that's the thought. This is what you have to know about marriage. What do I want to know? Well, first of all, I want to talk to the people who've landed. You see how that works? It's a beautiful thing. I love to watch those kids. You know, we're just going to live on love. Whee! What are we going to do on the way down? I don't know. We just love's going to take us all the way. Well, there's rocks over there. Whee! There's no thought. You'd want to know the wind speed. You know, you want to know if the rotation of the earth is actually going to hurt me if I jump. How far do I need to go with this thing? Here's what couples do. They go, whee, did we jump far enough? I don't know, honey, but it's going to be fun. And we're just going to love all the way down. Whee, it's so much fun. And then we're going to throw some kids in there. Whee. Now what? When you stop paying attention to it, you're going to lose it. Many of you used to be best friends. Is that not correct? You stop going out. You stop dating. Well, we got to take care of the kids. Listen, if you lose your marriage, then what will they have? That's what you have to ask. That's why this is so important to know what's going on. Whatever you're not paying attention to, you're going to lose. You got to love it like you're going to lose it. You should never take for granted. It's amazing how we get into roommate situations with our marriage. We never do the things that we used to do. The survival rate for marriage is 50%. Somebody's hitting the rock, somebody's hitting the sand. Some of you are going to jump again. Some of you are going to jump twice. Some of them jump 3 times. Can I say this? I can say this because I can say this. Because I have the microphone. I know a lady who jumped 8 times and landed on the rocks every time. And she would jump again. But see, listen, is there some things you would like to know on the way down? This is what I'm saying. I'd like to know, what do we have to know to be married and make this thing work? You have to pay attention. You have to do the things that you were doing before. You got married. The date nights. I know that then you throw in, I got to have a house, and now I got to have a car. Now we're going to work twice as much. Then we're going to throw kids in. Then we're going to throw soccer in. And then before you know it, you're exhausted. What is the number one rule for relationships? Remember, you have to have energy. You give your energy to everything else in your life. You give it to your kids, you give it to your work, and your wife and your husband, y'all get nothing. What's for dinner? All of you tired, let's go to Chick-fil-A. But you can't go to Chick-fil-A today because it's closed. You just busted somebody's bubble. Many people in a happy, successful marriage, you ready? Psychology Today, claimed they were friends before they got married. Were you friends before you got married? Y'all can lie in here because you have to go home. Okay? I married my best friend, we're still our best friends. Still have fun. Still throw stuff. Snowballs, I mean. I don't know if I want to talk to y'all. I'm going to go over here. Y'all, okay. Some of those whose marriages failed claimed they had love, but didn't learn how to be friends after they were married. You stop taking care of yourself. I'm going to get to something that's going to mess you up, okay? Is that all right? I'm just going to mess y'all up. I do this. I teach this. If I ever do marriage counseling, I do very little of it because it doesn't seem to work very well, so I give it to Roy, okay? So I went, y'all bear, what time is it? Oh, we got another hour and a half. Okay. There's nothing after this. The ball game's at 3. Hang on. Okay. Is that right? Okay. How many pulling for the Panthers? How many don't care? A lot of that. Okay. I went to Psychology Today because I've been teaching these 5 needs of a man and a woman for a long time. Oh, y'all just hang on. Okay. I'm just telling y'all just hang on. So I said, after 20 years, I think I need to go check and see if it's changed. So I go look on the website, I pull it back up, and another 1,000 couples have come through, another thing has happened, and they're still the same top 5 needs for a man and a woman, the same thing 20 years ago. It has not changed at all. The problem is we don't remember very well. And then we want things to happen the way we want to happen. We've got to talk about that. And we want to meet needs based upon my needs rather than their needs, and it gets messed up. So let me just say this. Here's what I read. Let me go ahead, if you're taking those. I'll do the number 1 need for a man and a woman. Okay? The man needs a new boat. Number 1. I'm just kidding. It is in there, though. All right, here we go. Tell me if I surprise you. Okay? Number 1 need for a man is sex. Okay? That's not hold me, honey. That's not what he's talking about. Okay? Earmuffs. So sex for number 1, and affection is for the woman. The reason, now when you see these things lined up, we're total opposites. And I'm like, God, what was you thinking? Well, he was thinking quit thinking about you and thinking about them. And so sex is number 1 for a man. Affection is number 1 for a woman. As we walk down this, what psychology said is that women can go months without sex. Okay? And they said that men could do it all the time. Okay? That's a little bit of a problem, wouldn't you think? And women think that affection is security and love, and you love me. It's not physical for them. It's more emotional. And sex is more physical for us, okay? So as we walk down these things, please don't think men are pigs. This is just the way God made us. And what I'm trying to tell you, if you could think about this, and when you look at your spouse, if you could think about these things, it will change the way y'all have fun in the things that you do. Again, this is part 1, part 2 that you can come back next week for. So let's walk down it real quick. Second need for a man is recreation. We must play. Do not deny our play. Okay? The only problem with a man playing is if you play too much and you don't put any time into the marriage. That's a problem. You see? But we got to have recreation. I'm much better. My wife will tell you if I go play golf or go play basketball or if I hang out with my buddies, I'm much better. Conversation is number 2 for a woman. We want to go play and they want to talk. You see how this works? This is a problem. Let me help you, guys. Here's the words you need to say. Honey, tell me more. And yes, dear, by the way. I'm going to throw that in. Yes, dear, and tell me more. Okay? Okay? So, and honey, you know what you should say, wife? You should say to your spouse, would you please go play golf? Would you please just get out of here and go play golf? Please go play golf. Would you please have fun playing basketball? Well, that's going to mess the whole thing up. But that's what I'm talking about. So recreation is number 2, conversation. Number 3 for a man is attractive spouse. I'm not making this up. We are very visual creatures. We are more of a creature than anything else. Okay? I'm not making this up. And here we are, we want an attractive spouse, and then here on the other side is you want us to be honest. Now, how do those two go together? Honey, you look great today. You walk in out with the sweatpants and you hadn't even combed your hair in 3 days. What is that? You look beautiful. You don't want us to be honest. You want us to lie to you. That's what you're saying. But this is one of the things that because we're visual, we're creatures, okay? I'm just telling you. And so we have that going on, and the women want honesty. Guys, listen very carefully. Never lie to your wife. Never, ever, you will pay for the rest of your life. Never, ever lie. They don't forget, they're like an elephant. They always remember. Okay? Just letting you know that. Number 4, domestic support. For a guy, this is strange. I'm telling you, I told you, don't think of us as pigs. We like the house in order. We like food on the table. I know we sound like pigs, but this is who we are. We like that. We like that thought. The women, you want to make sure there's financial support because you need security. Is my man working? Are you going to be there? Can I count on you? Can I trust you? Finances is no one reason why people get divorced. Did y'all know that? And you got to pay attention. Number 5 for man is admiration. We'd like you to tell us you did a great job. My wife knows this. I go wash a window, she'll say, that was incredible. And I'll say, well, honey, you want me to do the other one? Well, that'd be awesome. And pretty soon I'm doing all the windows. But you know I don't care. Because she likes me doing the windows. And I like when she vacuums. That's all I can say about it. We like domestic support, okay? But I'm saying we love admiration. We like to say, did you see that? Men have to have this, we're doing well. Or you need to tell us these things. And the girls, number 5 is family commitment. Family commitment. Will you be there for us? Will you be there for my family? Will you be there for my kids? All this, I need to know what you're going to do. I need to know these things. Love will not happen overnight. Friends do not happen overnight. One of the things that we tell people is to date a long time. Become friends before you become lovers. Many people put that backwards and you get in trouble. It should go friends, lovers, and mothers. That's the order. And then not roommates. Because that's usually what happens after you have kids. We end up raising children, raising this and raising that, and with all our energy, and then before you know it, people in their 40s, their kids go to college, and all these people are getting divorced in their 40s. Why? Because they never, ever worked on their marriage, because it's all about the kids. You're going to lose, and your children lose. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. You have to pay attention to it. You have to love like you're going to lose it. One of the things that Jesus talked about, there's a thief coming. There's a thief coming. And I might end with this one. But there's a thief coming, and here's what he said in John 10:10. The thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. I don't know what you think that is, But he's talking about you and your family. My purpose is to give them a rich and satisfying life. What I would like to know, and you'll have to answer this, is what stole your marriage? Now, if you're in the first 5 years of marriage, you're probably doing pretty good. Especially if you don't have any children yet, you're probably doing pretty good. I tell people never to have children in the first 5 years. Because listen, it's hard to raise a child and all the things. And my situation, I'm not even going to go there, but especially if they have issues. If the children have issues and things you got to work with, and we talked about special needs kids and all the things that these moms and dads have to deal with. And I've been talking with special needs parents, and they don't have a marriage. They don't have a marriage. And you got to pay attention to what's going on. But see, what happened? Let me ask you this. What do you think stole your marriage? Y'all want to talk for a minute? We're almost done. What do you think stole your marriage? All right, let's do this. I won't make it personal. Let's just say, what do you think could steal your marriage? Give me something. Talk to me. What could steal your marriage? Everyday what? Everyday life, becoming normal. You know what normal marriage is, don't you? It's called roommates and no fun, okay? I'm going to give you something real quick, but something steals it. Money will steal it. Here's what you will do. You'll have to have more things, so that means both of you have to go to work, and you got to have a bigger this and more of that, and then you throw the kids in, then you throw this, that, and soccer, and we got to have an iPod. We got to have a backpack that doesn't last, and the kids lose everything. You should never buy anything expensive for your children because they're going to lose it all. I don't care what hat you buy, how many shoes you've got. We never have shoes. We cannot find them. Where's the hairbrush? We do not know. Okay? If you leave it in the hands of your children, you're going to be in trouble. So you have to think for a moment, what am I trying to, what's stealing my marriage? What's stealing your time? What's stealing your children? Let me ask you this. Are you tired yet? You're probably tired. You don't have time to love each other. You don't have time. The thief has come in and took it, and you haven't identified it yet. Whatever you're not paying attention to, you're going to lose. And I hate it when you lose your marriage, especially when the kids are there and you have children in the home. Listen, they may look all right. I'm not trying to give anybody who's going through that anything. I'm just telling you, for those of you who are thinking, I'm going to leave my husband, I'm going to leave my wife, listen very carefully. You got kids. It's a pain they'll never get over. I'm just telling you, okay? So you need to think for a moment, well, why did you marry to begin with? Didn't you love some point? What you've done is you quit paying attention to what got you in love to start with, and now here you are as roommates. We have to stop this. You may have to do something radical. Let me give you 3 things real quick, and I'm going to be done. And then I'll tell you something next week. Here's what you have to do. Number 1 is you've got to have fun. Does everybody understand this? Your marriages are dying because you don't have any fun. You're just working for a house payment. You've got to stop that. You say, well, I got to work. Well, sell the house and get something smaller. Please. If the women could stay home and work and just hang out with the kids, would that not be good? You could if you didn't want too many things. I'm just telling you. I'm just talking to you. We're just talking. You know, nothing. So you got to have some fun. Last week, my wife had a birthday. She had a birthday. She's 41. She's doing good, just like me. And so we're the same age. And so she's 41. So I decided to do a little birthday thing for her. So I took her out to IHOP, you know. Went out there, and she had no idea what I was about to do because I didn't tell anything. I got some of my friends in on it. And so I took her to IHOP, went out there, and I just started driving around. She said, where are we going? I said, oh, we're just going to Travelers Rest, you know. Then I made another turn, and I ended up at this shooting range. She says, no. I said, yeah. She said, well, did you bring the guns? That's a good, yes. I know that I'm a man, but I did think about that, okay. I mean, that would have been really good if I forgot the guns. So my wife has always wanted to go shoot pistols and that kind of thing. We'd never been to a shooting range, so we went out there. I think it was shooters. Sharpshooters, okay? They had loud guns in that place. We had no idea what we were doing. So I took Lynn in there. Don't you like the way I hid this? I wanted to show you, this is what my wife did. Okay? This is why I'm staying married. Everybody good? Now, if you plan on getting a divorce, don't take her to a gun range. Okay? But this was the fun thing. Do you hear me? Now, I heard there, what do you call it, bells and bullets? Is there bells and bullets out there? Yes. There you are. That's right. There's the bells and bullets. You can shoot free on Thursday night. So if your husband comes out there, you can shoot him free. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean to say that. Y'all, oh no, honey, please don't hurt me. Okay. But I'm saying you don't have fun. Do you agree with that? We used to go get donuts at midnight, and now we're in bed by 9, but that's the way it is. My child is Benadryl. I don't really give my child Benadryl as much as you think. All right. Just throwing it out there. All right, let me do you real quick. Number 2, you have to pay attention, okay? You have to pay attention. Somebody has to schedule the important. Earmuffs. Earmuffs. You ready? Schedule sex. Earmuffs. Put it down Friday night. Schedule. Your husband will love you for it. Schedule sex. Let's don't wait till we feel like it. We ain't never going to feel like it. Because we got kids and we got this. You schedule it. Romantic evening, okay? Schedule date night at least once a month. You say, well, I got kids. I don't know what to tell you. Do you want to be married or not? See what I'm saying? So you have to figure it out. So you got to pay attention. Pay attention to your wife. My wife says that I want to go shoot something. And I said, ding, ding, I got an idea. You need to pay attention. You need to do cards. You need to do flowers. You know, we do a lot of chocolate around our house. Mostly for me. Real quick, I know I got to go. If you come back next week, I'll finish this. Because there's some, will y'all come back next week? You will? All right, let me do this. Please, let me help you. Do not pray for snow, but not on the weekends. It really messes up the scheduling for churches, okay? Please don't do that. But let me just give you 2 things real quick. Somebody needs to schedule the fun, and somebody needs to schedule the earmuff sex. Okay, let's just go with that. Is everybody good? Y'all are, this 1 o'clock crowd is different. I love it. Let me get this sweet couple out here. All right, I'm going to finish this next week. I got some more things, and I appreciate y'all coming out 1 o'clock. I hope I'm helping your marriages. I have a good marriage, but we have to pay attention. Does everybody understand? You have to pay attention. All right, let's do this. Let's pray. Let's stand together. You want to stand? If you feel like holding hands with your spouse, or you can pray for them from here, okay? Wherever they are, all right? Let me pray for you, and then we'll be done today. Let's pray. Father, thank you so much for what you've done. I pray your Holy Spirit will continue working our marriages. Let us have some fun. Schedule the fun. Let's have some fun. That's what you said. You came to give us life. So I pray we'll pay attention because we don't want to lose it. So thank you for what you've done today. We love you. We give you praise. Thank you for the snow. It was fun. Just do it on Thursday. We love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.